welcome again. I work at a radio station called Rock FM 91.7.
Cool.
And I have a show from 8 till 10 p.m. every night, and we play you guys
Keep it
often.
alive.
Yeah, keeping rock alive, that's right. So the last time you were here was 2008, right? So,
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, 2008.
Oh, Mexico City was the last time.
Yeah,
we
the
never,
last time.
That's right, wow.
In Monterrey.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was about to ask you about the first show. Why in Monterrey? Because it was easier, or how does the tour work?
They give us a bunch of dates, and they find the management finds the routings they think is the best way to go.
The best way to do it. Cool.
And depending on what shows you have here going on, we have to, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We have nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Monterrey's the best city in Mexico.
Yes.
That's why.
Cool.
That's why we're here.
Cool, really cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, all the fans are really waiting. Like the tickets, they were calling every single day. So Monterrey is really excited to receive you guys tomorrow night. And some couple questions. I have like 5 questions for you, and then I have some questions from the fans. And so yeah, let's get started, right? Could you briefly describe your music making process nowadays?
Nowadays, this last process was, we did it together in the beginning, and then it kind of split off, you know. But in the beginning, we created and got a little foundation going, and then everybody did separate, I think. You're there a lot.
It's what's weird because we started this new record while we were touring.
Okay.
So it was one of those things where we'd get a break, a chunk of time, a week or 2 weeks. Hey, let's go write some songs. And then, okay, we're going to Japan for 8 days. Okay, and we're off for a week. So we start like that. And then we had to kind of hone in and go, okay, let's take some time off and really focus and concentrate on the record. So that's what happened. We kind of,
cool.
did everything that way.
Okay. And what has been your biggest challenge as a band? What would you say?
Not different for everybody. For me, my biggest challenge is trying to figure out how to do this. You know, like, because I think the first 10 years, you kind of just out there going for it, and then you start to learn how to be at your office, our office, you know?
Okay.
So learn to accept where you're at, and even just playing a show. Trying to figure out how to play a show without the pressure of playing a show, and go back to being a kid and going,
and having
this
fun.
is fun, and like, you know, so that's where I'm at, is just trying to relearn that, and I'm getting
Go back to fun.
I'm getting better, you know, taking a little pressure off and just having fun.
And we're fans of music. Like we still go to shows and concerts, so we
All the time.
What was the last concert you went?
I just went to A Day to Remember. They
I
killed
did
it
too.
too. The new one is good.
Really?
It's heavy and like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I went to that.
I just went to Living Color. Remember the 80s?
You
band?
did?
Yeah. And they were
I
awesome.
love them, man.
They played in this little place in Nashville, super small with tables.
Was he wearing a wetsuit?
No, he made fun of the venue. It was so small that he wore a chef's apron. And he goes, "I'd like to take your orders. Appetizers, anyone?" It was hilarious. But they played. Again, they're a band that's been around for a while, and you could just feel that we're all about the music now. You know, we all have families. You know, so it's a whole other level now. Like we really appreciate what we have. We appreciate we're still out here doing this for a living because with full families. I mean, he's got 5 children. I got 2.
5 children. Wow.
Yeah,
I just went with my teenagers to A Day to Remember. That's
Cool.
That's
That's
one
really
of the
cool.
reasons.
You're a cool dad. That's really
I don't know
cool.
about that, but a concert now.
Well, so what you guys do in your spare time besides family? Like, what do you like to do?
You know what I like to do is when I'm home, go with the kids to like Dave & Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, video games, eating, and just being, I guess it's like being a kid again.
Maybe to relive that.
Relive everything.
Yeah.
I don't have
so-
kids, so I
Oh yeah. Someday.
Someday.
That's what I do. Is like that's my free time is all just diving in, probably read. Because when I was a kid, I played a lot of video games, and now they're insane. You're playing gun games that vibrate.
It's
and
so
Yeah, and the
explode,
reality on the.
I'm sitting down. I'm like, I have Pong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, listen, and it's fun too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm out, and my kids are old enough where they're getting the age where I'm just like, this is actually cool, and it's not that expensive.
I'm still a geek. I have a studio at my house, so I still play and record stuff. And what little spare time I do have, because like you're so engulfed. When we start, like we had a little bit of time off right now, so with our families. When we're out here, we're away from them, so you want to consume every minute you can with them. You know, I feel guilty when I'm in my home studio.
Okay.
I'm playing, I'm creating, but I'm like, oh man, I look outside and my kid's throwing a ball around. I'm like, I put my sticks down and run out there. So
Of
it's,
course.
You know, it's like,
Yeah, priorities, of course. Yeah. Now I'm gonna pass to the other questions from the fans. Miguel Huerta says or asks, with all your visits to Mexico and Latin America in general, and you guys are from California, so is there any chance that our culture or the Latin culture has influenced some of your music or like a song or something at all?
Particular like song, I don't know. I mean, for me, a lot of it did for me because in the early days I listened to a lot of Cypress Hill, Funk Dubious. You know, I was really into that, the Latin type thing. So, kind of directed my style. But I mean, that's about. I don't know for certain. I don't know.
Okay.
Not
your
really.
background is, aren't you?
No, Spain.
You're from Spain?
They don't like us.
Come on.
But it's, you know, everything, you pull influences from all over. So
Yeah.
obviously we're very fortunate. We get to travel the world and see, you know, from Japan to Brazil to everything. So it's obviously going to rub off in a good way. You know, when you see crowds going nuts and you listen to, you check out people's local music and things like that. We're always given CDs and things to listen to.
Okay.
And so I think that subconsciously it's in us.
Coming in.
Yeah, so it has to come out, you know, somehow.
Cool. Okay.
World influence.
That's right.
Yeah. I have another one from Paco. He says, a lot of your fans got to know you because of MTV Push and TRL. Nowadays, with all the internet platforms and channels, what would you say is the more effective?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Huge.
From my teenagers to my younger kids are all, they don't even watch TV. It's YouTube.
It's YouTube, yeah.
All day. That's the
Millennials.
most. I mean, there's other ones, but YouTube's still the one.
It's huge,
non-stop.
Yeah.
Like all 5 of my kids are on YouTube. They don't even. My 2 teenagers, they don't even have cable. It's YouTube. I'll just turn on the TV in the hotel room and it's all TV, YouTube. It's like.
Yeah, you can even go on your
automatically.
tube,
Yeah.
So
So
it's like,
I was telling my son, he's 9. I was like, I think when you're a teenager, when you get your own place, they're not gonna have TV.
No, or
it's gonna be for your. This will be your remote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It already does. He knows it all. He's 9. I go, I know, but it's gonna be normal. He always has something to say. He knows everything.
I mean, my 1-year-old can scroll through.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at him going, how do you know to do? And he knows to X off an ad, and I'm like, he's 1. Like, what's it gonna? You know, it's kind of.
That's great. That's fun.
Yeah. But I mean, the social media, all the Instagrams, the Twitters, and you know, obviously Facebook's around, but like. All that stuff. My friend just posted a 15-second clip of he tweeted it, like, here's our new clip, check it out. And like, here's the audio sneak preview of something. That's the way it's going. So that's, I mean, you guys, when they went down Sunset Boulevard. I mean, they were at the peak of the whole MTV thing. And then now you turn on MTV, it's reality shows and just weird things. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
YouTube. Now, YouTube is a new MTV. Or
Totally.
probably even more.
Another question from Roberto Garza says, what's the major difference, what would you say is the major difference touring back in the 90s and nowadays?
It's the same. It's almost the same. I mean, every now and then it's the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same buildings, it's the same buses, it's the same hotels. Like, for me, it hasn't changed at all.
At all.
Obviously, it got more advanced with the cell phones and all. I mean, I remember my first tour.
Yeah, it's convenient to call home now, or to FaceTime.
Yeah, I mean, 93, 94, when I did my first tour, there was you had to run to a payphone and stuff like that.
Sucks.
And like cameras too, it was like crazy, like
totally.
iPhones and.
That's kind of bummed. I mean, who stopped the show the other day? Did you hear about that?
No.
Was it Draymond? I think David stopped the show on the encore because this girl was like this on the encore, and he literally stopped the song and he went, "Can you just give us just a little bit of attention while we finish the song?" You know, and she was like in the front of the whole crowd. She was like, "Oh, I mean, so that's kind of scary too because it's instant. Like they film you and it's on YouTube 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
now
like
she's a star.
Yeah.
That girl.
Now you see that our problem
Texting.
too is like our managers will come out on our dime. You look over, they're like this while we're playing. I'm
Yeah.
all,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you know,
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Another fans. 3 more. Okay. Okay, this was directly to Jonathan, but I think it's kind of interesting. Jorge Arturo asks, what's Jonathan Davis' secret to look exactly the same?
Get
gotta
up
ask
answer
him
that.
that, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know what he does.
What about us? We don't look exactly the same.
That was the question from Jorge Arturo.
I look better.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Mauricio asks, why do none of the album booklets have lyrics printed on them?
It's another Jonah question there.
Oh, really? Okay. We gotta ask him.
We're gonna ask him.
We're always on the same page about this stuff. We love photos and stuff. Like,
Okay.
you know, I just got a new record player, and I bought like the new Deftones and
Yeah.
new like.
I want it all right there.
Dude, I just open
Remember
seeing that.
Yeah.
and,
Like,
like,
by like putting the music on and reading the lyrics as
Yep.
you're listening, I like that.
seeing who produced it and all that.
But if
Yeah.
he doesn't like it, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's different and has their different opinions about, you know.
but there's something coming again with the record players and
It's
everything
awesome. Yep.
because yeah, like I also like material
Yep.
things.
Me
I
too.
like to
Well, because
open
we're from
the
that-
Yeah.
like pictures and what
I
does
get
the
my
artist.
biggest problem is you open up a Korn CD and there's only like 4 pages. I want like a
Yeah.
booklet, man.
Mhm.
I want lyrics and
Yep.
photos, and I don't want one photo of him and one photo. I
Yeah.
want like 10 photos
Yeah.
each.
Yeah.
Of course.
If I'm getting a band, you know, I would love
Yeah.
that.
I
10
totally-
photos of each guy.
And if you're gonna buy something physical and not through iTunes or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
whole,
digital.
I want,
Yeah.
I want it. You
Yeah,
gotta give me a
I don't like
package.
digital. Yeah, I
Right
like
now,
to
get
listen to
free, man.
albums.
Yep.
Like put it. Yeah. Well, that's something coincidence.
Yep.
And one last question from Lucia. She says, "I heard your remix to Rihanna's "Bitch Better Have My Money." I really liked it, but I wonder why would you do that?
Well, we didn't do it.
You didn't do it?
Well, kind of, but I don't know. Can't say that.
You like the song or you like?
We've always remixed with everyone. If you go through the history, like we just do it because it's fun.
Okay.
Hate it or like it. We've done it with every rapper on the planet back in the day. You know, speaking of that, well, I don't know what we say. What we say?
Cool.
Corey?
I don't know. I don't know about the other.
I mean, you know, we did Beastie
Tori
Boys.
Amos, I love
Beastie
Tori Amos.
Boys
Oh,
live.
yeah.
live
Yeah,
Live.
Slipknot.
Oh,
We
cool.
collaborated with Slipknot and
it's on
Korn.
YouTube.
But we've
I-
always
I will look
we've
for it.
always done things like that, so it's not any surprise. We just if it comes and people are available, we always just do it.
Maybe it was because of like who you chose. Maybe Rihanna.
I would choose Justin Timberlake, man, and I would let her be everybody hate. I don't care. One
Yeah.
of my favorite singers of all time.
That's the thing.
I
Like
collaborate Korn and Justin Timberlake. Oh, you guys sell out. So
exactly. That's what I
care.
like.
like we're
the
not gonna
attitude.
go away because
Yeah.
we did one song. You hate all of Korn.
Yeah.
You just hate that one song, hater.
Well, it's like the Skrillex thing, you know. We brought,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
we had all these new fans that
I think you're dropping money over
I
there.
Tips.
don't care. That's change, man. Give it to
Okay.
you guys can have it
Thank
on me.
you. 5 pesos.
Yeah. Go buy yourself a chicle.
Cool. Well, that would be all the questions. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.